Hi, my name is Yasmin Salim. I'm a PhD student in University of Florida. I'm working here in the Citrus Research Center in Lake Alfred under the supervision of Dr. Davy Kalambikini, and my co-advisor is located in the Gulf Coast Research Center, which is also related to University of Florida. His name is Shinsuke Aguirre. We are actually working on using the reclaimed water as an irrigation source for blueberry. So we are trying to introduce using the reclaimed water as an alternative source of irrigation instead of just depending on the groundwater, which is almost like we are depleting it. So by introducing that to the farmers, that could be environmentally better, which is like eco-friendly, and also it can be also economic, because if we are using the reclaimed water for irrigation blueberries, or like it's a start to using it in blueberry, nobody used it here in Florida before, so it will leads to introduce it to other crops like unpeeled fruits, or even like vegetables, like leafy vegetables. There is a lot of benefits of using reclaimed water. Usually reclaimed water has an elevated concentration of nutrients such as nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, mainly nitrogen and phosphorus. These are like with the potassium, they are like the main three elements, that macronutrients that the plants need. So if we are using the reclaimed water properly, that might lead to decrease our consumptions for buying fertilizers to apply to the plants. So that will decrease our fertilizers usage, and also that will decrease the cost, which can give also economic benefits. So as we all know, we have a problem with increase applying fertilizers that ended up to be leached to the groundwater, and as we all know, that will lead to groundwater pollution, and also some health risks like blue baby syndromes because of the elevated concentration of nitrogen. So other benefits of reclaimed water, that reclaimed water has an organic matter. The organic matter will help to improve the soil health, including enhancing like soil structure, soil microbiome, cation exchange capacity, water holding capacity, especially for soils that is poor of these stuff, like sandy soils, which is our soil here in Florida. So we are optimistic that using the reclaimed water will be the key to fighting the water shortage. What was optimistic for us, that after looking to the reclaimed water analysis report, we were surprising with the high efficiency of the wastewater plant treatment. So our results, or the results from the wastewater plant, was really optimistic, because what we saw, that it has a very low salinity, which It's very good for blueberry. Blueberry is one of the crop that is sensitive to salinity. It has also no odor, no colloids, no a very low concentration of heavy metals. So all of this leads that, like, give us an idea that it might be the treatment might be is using 100% of reclaimed water, because apparently the analysis from the plant was, for example, the salinity, it was 0.4 decisiemens per meter, but the irrigation, like the tap water that they are using here in Florida, is around 0.56. That means the reclaimed water is even lower salinity than the tap water. This is our primarily like ideas and looking for the for our futures results, maybe the hypothesis. So we really think that it could be beneficial and a solution for the water shortage, and decrease the dependency on the groundwater, decrease the groundwater pollution, giving an environmental and economic benefit for the farmers, and also increasing the soil health, and also decreasing, like, when you apply fertilizer, decreasing using fertilizers, and decrease also the evaporated nitrogen when you are applying urea, for example, or on the soil. So our experiment will be conducted there will be 2 stages, and it will be afterward a long-term experiment. The first stage will be conducted in Lake Alfred in the Citrus Research and Education Center in the greenhouse. So our first stage will be greenhouse. We will use split plot design as an experimental design organization. We will have 7 treatments with different concentrations of reclaimed water that is mixed with deionized water, which is like the most common and ideal to use in the greenhouse experiment. Afterward, we will come up with a best treatment that of reclaimed water. Like the best percentage of reclaimed water that can be used for blueberry. In the experiment, in the greenhouse experiment, we will be testing like Avanti and Arcadia blueberry plant varieties. They are the ones of the common that can be used here in Florida, in South Florida. So it will be 7 treatments, and each treatment will be replicated 4 times. We will start the greenhouse experiment in the middle of December 2021, which is the ideal time to start planting or growing the blueberry. This greenhouse experiment will last for 5 months. It will be followed by 2 months data analysis and another 2 months for publishing the paper in Q1 classified journal. After having the results and expecting the best, after the result, expecting the best treatment for using the reclaimed water. Afterward, we will conduct another experiment, which is a field experiment, to see that it's to be sure that it's practically applied under the environmental conditions, the real environmental conditions. Afterward, the results will be taken continue taking as a long-term experiment, and afterward we will come by that time we will come with a recommendation for the farmers to have it as an irrigation source instead of so we can just decrease the load on the groundwater irrigation, taking the water from the groundwater for irrigation. And we really think that it could be also for other crops, and we will do other experiments after this, but this is as a beginning, and we're pretty optimistic. Thank you.